And
hey! Hey everybody, Kairi091 hanging out with you for this week's edition of Kairi's Cards Cast. Welcome to the 2016, preseason, I guess. I'm Kairi091, alongside our traveling correspondent Brian Lutz, who is with the team in San Diego. How you doing today, Lutz?
Hey.
All right. So Lutz is reporting live from San Diego. Lutz, what are you seeing in practice? Talk about practice for us real quick, man.
it's good.
Dude. Okay. I heard that Lutz, while he was there, he poisoned Bruce Arians' dinner last night and put our beloved head coach in the hospital. Anyways, Lutz, are these reports true? Dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Are you gonna take this shit seriously, or do we need to fucking...
Dude, I told you that Dad yelled at me. Really good.
You were doing fine a minute ago, and now all of a sudden you're acting like a complete wainer, dude.
You didn't fucking...
It's Cardinals time.
Hey! Hi, everybody. Hey, guys. Kairi091 hanging out with you for this week's edition of Kairi's Cards Cast, alongside Brian Lutz. How are you feeling today, Lutz?
Hey, guys! It's me! Brian!
He's only doing that because we tried another take and it didn't go well, so now he's like showing me how lively he can be.
I feel so alive!
For the very first time!
Oh, dude, do not P-O-D my shit. What the fuck?
I can't
Poop on dick, out of here.
Is that what they're...
Yeah, dude, poop on dick. Poop on dick. Ah! Got poop on my dick!
For the very first
all the time! Better go and wipe it!
Okay. Welcome to the first
and
episode.
it's from a guy!
Welcome to the first episode of the season of Kairi's Cards Cast. We got a happy 2016 season to look forward to here. Last year, Lutz and
the year of our Lord, bro. The year of our Lord.
Lutz and I started this show last year, and it resulted in the Cardinals going 13-3. So I can only figure that now they're going to go at least 14-2. Otherwise, our show has not succeeded in what it was trying to do. At least 14-2. So I want to start by taking a look back at some of the stuff that was, but we do have a lot to get to today. Obviously, we're going to talk about
Would you say that the biggest X factor in the 2016 year of our Lord season is the Kairi podcast?
I don't know of a show by that name. I do know the Kairi's Cards Cast, though.
Did I just infringe on someone else's copyright?
There's some other dude with that show name, and he's...
Oh, no, it would be a chick, dude. You're the only dude. Wait, no.
Kairi fucking Irving.
There's a lot of Kairis.
He spells it different, though. If you spell Kairi the
what
way
about the Ernest guy?
Ernest? Jim
Wasn't
Barney?
No, it's Jim Barney.
No,
he talks to Vern, dude, and I just thought fucking Irving, but nope.
No, okay. But here's the thing.
Kairi.
Yeah.
Dude, Ernest don't talk to no Kairis. Move along.
Enough about that. Okay. In other sports news, there's a new Ernest film coming out called Slam Dunk Ernest, where he plays basketball.
In heaven.
Over the off season, who's the most unathletic
He's
dude?
dead.
I've never seen Slam Dunk Ernest.
Ernest is dead IRL for everybody under the age of 40 who's never seen those movies.
Honestly, okay, the only ones worth watching are Camp, Christmas, and Jail, and probably Scared Stupid was borderline.
Just read all of them. You're on IMDb, going on the list.
No, because Ernest Rides Again was stupid. Ernest Goes to Africa. Ernest Goes to School, and Slam Dunk Ernest. I will not endorse those. Those do not get the Kairi endorsement. Do not watch them. Anyways.
Dude, I derail you so hard. It's so great every time.
3.5 minutes. 3.5 3.5 minutes into the show, and this is all we fucking talk
And it's been a bunch of bullshit. Well, it is a preseason, so it's not like we have anything to really talk about.
Well, we have the whole off season. We did a draft show already, so we can't talk about that. But let's talk about All or Nothing. Lutz, did you watch All or Nothing?
Yo. So I did that, and here's my report on it. Good show. So, like, actually, I think it's the best NFL documentary on Amazon I've ever seen. And
the best one.
One thing I want to point out to all of our viewer is that, hi Mom, is that I swear to God, go to episode 2 where David Johnson. Wait, was it episode 2?
It was the. Are you talking about the Bears?
You know what I'm talking about, yeah, the Bears, dude. Anyway, listen closely when David Johnson runs back that kickoff return for a touchdown, and you will hear the mating call of the Brian Lutz screaming. It's in Soldier Field, you know, so it's dead silent except for one overly sophisticated Brian who just can't handle what he's seeing right in front of him as he was at the venue, which you guys remember, Mom, from last season's episode where, well, I just recapped all of that.
The only problem is that while you were shouting "Bear," they probably thought you were a Bears fan.
True. But they're all like short. They're like, I don't know how to describe their statures out there in like Chicago. It's like, who's that one guy in all the movies?
That guy.
Dude. Anyway, he's like that, but just like fatter.
Oh.
Alright, moving along. Wait, did you watch All or Nothing?
I watched all of it except for the last episode, and here's why. Because the second to last episode with the Packers game, episode 7, I got as excited watching episode 7 as I did when I watched the game live. I was jumping up and down and screaming and carrying on, just like I was watching that Packers game for the first time. Even though I knew
that's
the
intense,
outcome,
bro.
I know.
I do that. I do that when I watch those fucking Ernest movies, but that's intense. You doing that to the game?
Well, with the
like,
Ernest movies, you never know how they're going to turn out. I mean, is he going to defeat Trantor the evil troll, or is Trantor going to get him? You don't know.
Does Ernest winning? So
it could go either way.
The
anyways,
thing about
let me finish my thing. I didn't watch episode 8 because
music.
I didn't watch episode 8 because I felt like as much as I got emotionally invested in episode 7, that I was gonna feel the same way when episode 8 ended the way that it was going to end. So I still haven't seen it. I'm afraid to watch it because I don't know what it's gonna do.
But
I was in a funk after that Carolina game. I was in a funk after that, man.
You're in a funk. You're in a funk after we lost the NFC Championship game.
No. I don't. When I say I don't mean like immediately following for the next few hours. I mean for like the next like week or two. I was pretty despondent in my daily life. That's
been a funk, bro. I know, cause like obviously we are passionate about football and our team, and so like when the season's over, kind of like disillusioned. You're like, what do I do now? But then losing like that and having to just like taste those Cam Newton balls for like fucking months, it's tough.
And the worst part is that they keep saying, "Oh well, we beat you guys in the playoffs twice in a row."
But it gets even better.
Yeah, you know the other one doesn't goddamn count. I don't care.
No, but check it out. Yeah, the Ryan Lindley one. It's like, okay, Ryan Lindley, you guys beat Ryan Lindley. That's all you got to do is just say Ryan Lindley, realtor.
He's a fine
realtor.
He's a fine realtor. Don't you insult his skills on the real estate court.
Yeah, he sold out our team. Boom. Anyway, so episode 8 though, I will say this: I fell asleep the first time I was watching it because actually I passed out because I was freaking wasted just to try to get through it. But when I like woke up next day hungover and it was on repeat, and I actually sat there and like finished through it, I felt better about the season and that game after that than I had previously. So I don't know, chalk it up to clever editing, making Palmer look like he only had 2 turnovers instead of 20. But it's just the sportsmanship that they try to really draw out of the footage that they got really left me walking away kind of feeling better about it, because you see the team on the side everything's going wrong. Everybody's fucking up, and like they really try to emphasize that. Since Carson's the quarterback, of course you can trace a lot of the things like to him in terms of. So Larry was like taking balls to the dick, and like Patrick Peterson with that. Although I commend him for the effort, and I said that at the time, but Patrick Peterson missing that punt return.
Oh,
We all know what happened. Calais Campbell just sucking, like he kind of low-key does anyway. But the way that they edited the sportsmanship, and you see like Brent Buckner, the defensive line coach, on the sideline going, player says to him, "What's happening?" And he's just like, "We getting our ass kicked." And then that was nice, But then showing Palmer at the end, standing next to Bruce Arians for the last play of the game, you hear Bruce say over to him, "Do you want to take a knee?" And Palmer looks right back at him and says, "Nope." And goes out there and, well, throws up another turnover, folks. But it's great sportsmanship.
Yeah.
What?
Hang on, where is it? I thought he was on this list. Yeah, he is. He is. Get this. Okay, of the top 10 highest paid non-quarterbacks in the NFL. Non-quarterbacks, not including quarterbacks. Top 10 players who are not quarterbacks. Number 1 is, of course, Von Miller. Who doesn't know that? Number 2 is Justin Houston. Number 3 is Darrelle Revis. Number 4 is Julio Jones. Number 5 is Larry Fitzgerald. And number 6 is Calais Campbell.
What?
I know!
No wonder that they're always riding his ass. I mean, Calais, like, I love you, bro. I know you're listening. But
Don't you talk shit about
the
me,
way
Lutz.
your head... Hey, Brian. The way your head fits in your helmet, it just looks tight, bro. It looks like you're in a little squeeze there. And that might be why it affects your production. I would try a bigger helmet. You might look at John Brown's Lord Dark helmet from Spaceballs style oversized helmet, or the Wes Welker Deluxe Superdome helmet, the Epcot Center of helmets. Try just giving yourself a little breathing room in there, man, because you look like somebody shoved a fucking brown pillow up in that thing.
Okay, enough of this. Let me talk about what I found most interesting about All or Nothing, then we'll move on to something else. They actually showed, what do they call it, the war room or whatever on draft day. They actually showed the back room with Steve and Michael and Bruce sitting there sorting out what they were working on, and that was amazing. You never get a look at that kind. I wouldn't even think they would let cameras in there, because you don't want anyone to ever know what goes into your thought process. You don't want to give any of that away. And it turns out, this blew my mind. The Cardinals wanted Amir Abdullah in the second round. They did not even
just go into what you what you said about them not wanting people to really know. Nobody I ever heard talking about it had any clue that Amir Abdullah was in that type of situation. Not just that he was desired by the team, but that they legitimately were on the phone with the guy. They were on the phone with him, man, and then the line's oh, it's the Detroit Lions on the other line. Hold on. The whole team.
And ultimately, I'm glad it went that way, because, the Cardinals got Marcus Golden, and then we picked up DJ in the third round, so, that's great. But it's just so interesting to think about that, teams never admit. They never admit when they didn't get the guy they wanted. The year when we got DJ Humphries, we didn't want him. Who was it we wanted again? Was it Shane Ray or something? Or one of those guys?
Yeah, Shane Ray. But then the freaking Denver Broncos traded up for him.
The point is
that line.
But then after we get DJ Humphries, the Cardinals come out and say, "Oh, DJ was the guy we wanted all along. We're glad that we got him. This is exactly what we wanted to do." With
what would have been cool is if we. It would have been cool if we got Shane Ray and then we ended up still drafting Marcus Golden in the second round and just having Mizzou's freaking DE.
Okay. Lutz, you have anything else to say about All or Nothing before we move on to the Raiders game? Lutz?
Bruce Arrington and his wife almost felt like alcoholics, but I don't think they are. Steve Keim's wife, I think, is kind of I mean, I don't blame her, but she's kind of a bitter kind of person. I wonder how much editing they had to do, and I would like to see some of that footage, because the cut footage, because like her comment, she just looks like so like discontented with the fact that her husband is the GM, and probably not discontented with like their like their status, their lifestyle, but just that her husband is just so unavailable and unaround for her and like probably the kids to that same degree. But she's just like, the boys, they're going to school and they're saying how great it is that their daddy is like the GM. Well, and I'm like, did you tell them that daddy's never home? Daddy's out all the time because he does this job? And she is not like saying it in well, let's look at both sides of it. She's saying it in like, that's her whole perspective of it. Anyway, sorry, Mrs. Crime. I know you're watching. Let's see, what else? David Johnson doesn't look like he's in.
Go ahead.
What? David Johnson doesn't look like he's in love with his, at the time, fiance, now wife. It's kind of awkward watching some of their interplays, because he's always like looking like away from her, kind of like half grinning, like, while she's like kind of clingy.
I gotta say,
I'm sorry, DJ.
Completely not football related. But man, why did they have to throw in the freaking thread with the dog? The little subplot with Michael Bidwell's dog?
It's almost like Michael Bidwell was like, we're filming this show. He's down at the like rescue center, the animal rescue. He's like, we're filming a show. Do you have any dogs with like cancer?
Oh boy. Okay.
It just felt very like contrived to me. He did try though, but he did rescue a cancer dog.
Okay. So let's move on to the next thing. I happen to be looking at that website with the top 10 top 10 highest paid non-NFLs or non-quarterbacks in the NFL, and one of the suggested headlines is a picture that in the headline reads, "Orlando Bloom gets touchy-feely with girlfriend Katy Perry," and sure enough, it's a picture of Orlando Bloom with his hands on Katy Perry's boobs. Like, I'm just looking at it right now, and it makes me dislike the guy even more. I already didn't like him, but
are you gonna be slapping that sucker up, them suckers up on this video here?
Sure. Yeah. You know what? I can do that. I'm gonna do that at this point. Where are we at in the video?
So, dude, the people want to see, bro.
Orlando
they want to
Bloom
see
grabbing
touchy-feely.
Katy Perry's boobs. Okay. All right.
They want to see him Orlando. Yeah.
All right.
No Orlandos.
All right.
She puts the double O's in Bloom.
Double O's.
That's so stupid.
That's pretty good sized boobs. They're double O's.
No, I was talking about the spellings. You could just put a little dot in there. Okay.
I got it.
There's levels to this.
Let's talk about the Raiders game. Lutz, going into the Raiders game, what were you hoping to see, and did you see it?
I kinda didn't watch it.
I was at the game.
I like how the one guy did good on a couple plays and not good on a couple other plays, but he talked to coach about it, and he's gonna just keep focusing on improving.
Barkley?
That I took the guy. Those guys, everybody. That goes for everybody.
All right, let me
I
tell
was
you.
making a generalized statement, okay?
Let me tell you. Oh, I see. Let me tell you what I think. Matt Barkley had. He played poorly, and we all know that. But I saw a lot of passes from him that went off of people's hands. There was a lot of ball dropping going on. So not all of those.
Can I tell you?
Barkley was 8 of 24. So
we're gonna cut both him and Coker. You watch.
I know. You know what? John Gambadoro was the guy from Arizona Sports. He was saying that too. That he actually bet one of his listeners like a $20 Payway gift card.
Because we have like such interesting tight ends that are all starting to rise right now. And I guess if I could more honestly answer that question you had for me, while being honest about not really watching the whole game at none of it, the one guy, the one cool guy, dude, the tight end guy. Jimmy Jones, Classy Jim. What the fuck his name, dude?
Troy Nicholas?
What the fuck's his name?
Jermaine Gresham?
Jack Nicholson.
Troy Nicholas.
No, Troy Nicholas is. Troy Nicholas is like finally being the man, and it just like made me remember back when we drafted him, It was so kind of like random, and then he's just been so injured like the last 2 years. And so like to see him do that freaking like Terminator style like bounce off the one other dude on the other guy's team, and then like keep running like he did. That was awesome. And like because we have Ifeanyi Moma, who also got injured at the beginning of last season during camp, but was also looking very promising. And then we have Gestall. We have Emperor, and we have Darren Fells. No, Dwayne Gresham, and Darren Fells. And so Darren, okay, they all look great. And so like we want to keep all 4 of those guys, whatever their names are. And then like I don't know, we're just so stacked. Like look at our receivers. It's just it's so sick that we have to cut like Shipley and like maybe I don't think we're looking to cut Golden, but then there's like Chris Hubert, who's been like really looking like a star in camp. And it's hard to even like squeeze him in on special teams because he's like such a great like long kick returner. So I don't know, like you look at our shitty ass third string quarterbacks. It's like, well, we're better off. Like we're in no different situation than calling up like a realtor like Ryan Lindley and having a guy like that, just come out and play, than like just took one of those guys. And I also want to point out, looking at him in interviews, I think Matt Barkley is on like pain pills, dude. Like I think the dude is like a low key like Ryan Leaf.
Darren Fells.
Seriously, next time you watch an interview with him, just like look at his eyes and like his like manner of speech. He's kind of like anyway. That's my take. That's why I think he's not excelling. I think there's something behind the scenes that's kind of like preventing him from like really applying himself. But
I
don't sue me, Matt Barkley, for slander, because I'm just saying that just seems like it. But who knows?
I kind of agree that both Coker and Barkley will be off the team by week 1, but I mean I don't know. I'm hoping that it doesn't matter. I don't ever want to get past Drew Stanton again. I don't even want to get to Drew Stanton.
Yeah, we're not getting to him.
All right, next topic of discussion that I want to know what Lutz thinks about to see if he actually watched anything. Do you ever feel like it's weird how heavy our roster is this time of year, especially right now? For example, at our D-line, let me pull up the actual roster real quick, and you can tell me which of these guys
we're talking about like cutting Red Bryant and shit, and he's not bad.
Okay, all right. Now let me tell you who our D-line is right now, and you tell me if we're keeping 8. Let's say that we're going to keep 8, which is a lot for a D-line, but let's say that how many do we have right now?
We're going to keep 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 right now. One of them is some dude named Olsen Pierre. I'm assuming he's going to get cut.
I know, man.
But,
the Frenchman.
Okay, then who else do we cut? Josh Morrow?
No.
Ed Stinson?
Yeah, no.
Xavier Williams?
No.
Corey Peters?
No.
Rodney Gunter?
No.
Robert Condici? Calais Campbell? Red Bryant? Who do we cut?
Yeah, Calais Campbell goes. Save some cap space.
Who do we cut?
Calais Campbell. That one guy from France.
Olsen
and the other
Pierre.
guy who's not the other guys you said.
And then we just keep the other 9. We just keep 9.
Yeah, you keep 9. That's what I said.
That seems like an awful lot to keep, but I don't know. My point is that
it's the Broncos model, dude. It's like, hey, you got Peyton Manning at quarterback, no problem. We got a million D-line men.
And I want to make one last point about Steve Keim. I forgot to mention this, but Steve Keim's kids are named like Brady, Warner, and Carson.
I know.
That's a true story. Those are really.
And his wife is like, yay, more football.
Not every football wife can be as great as Bruce Arians is his wife.
Or the other person who had a really cool wife was James Betcher. Because like she was like so excited that the team was going to the postseason, and she's like, yeah, go ahead, go as long as you want. It's awesome. We're so supportive. And then she goes out with her sport coat when he's gone. Just kidding, James. She's faithful.
Okay, we got. Before we talk about the upcoming game, first of all, on NFL.com, like front page or whatever, there's a tweet from Bruce Arians. Like that's the front page of NFL.com. I want to thank everyone for all the prayers and well wishes. I'm okay, nothing serious. Hashtag can't keep me down. I think
it was the prayers, dude.
I think it's so interesting that my team is in a place where like shit like that makes like the front page of NFL.com. Like nobody would have given a shit if like fucking Denny Green. Well, I guess he did die. That's true.
Yeah, and that did
people,
make some news.
And people cared. I cared. He was who I thought he was.
Or like if like I don't know. I thought it was cool that little Tunchi Lil Wayne was just like, I love Louisiana. It's a great state. It's a great place to bring the kids and come visit. Get well, Mr. Arians.
Nice. Okay. Let's look at the NFC West before we look ahead to the next game. First of all, I don't like Seattle. There's really not a lot to say about them. I don't care for the Seahawks.
ESPN like NFL did an updated power rankings after like week 1 preseason. Cardinals, I think they moved up to number 2, and Patriots were at number 1, but not anymore. They have the Seahawks at number 1. They like leapt up from like 5 or some shit up to number 1 on those power rankings. I don't understand what they're seeing in the Seahawks.
Well, they do have Jimmy
like
Graham.
The Seattle, like, is it just that Seattle was really good that one season, like thing, and we're gonna like keep acting like that's Seattle? I don't know. They got some things going. Beast mode, I think they'll be okay without. Russell Wilson, looks like he's gonna know how to throw the football. It's so annoying, dude. He actually like does that now. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. They lost like Bruce Irving. They lost Jaleel White. You didn't even pick that up, dude. Jaleel White, fucking Steve Urkel.
Oh.
All right, never mind.
I didn't pick that up. I'm sorry. I was busy.
You're just like, oh, that sounds like an urban name. Yeah.
No, I just didn't. Shut up, dick. Okay.
So like, yeah, I don't know what vaulted them up above like other teams, but I do find it very interesting that the NFC West is the top 2 teams on that power ranking. And power rankings, as you know, are useless.
Okay.
Says every like Cowboys fan.
Let's talk to the Let's talk about the new Los Angeles Rams. I think that they should have hung on to Nick Foles because I don't think Jared Goff's like the guy just yet, and I don't think Case Keenum is the guy ever. So I don't know, man. I feel like letting go of Foles was probably dumb for at least right now, but there it is.
Yeah, but you know, that is what Jeff Fisher wants to do, although he's not really. No, I guess he can.
They just extended the shit out of his contract. Did you see that? They just gave him
dude, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. I don't get it.
What did they see from Jeff Fisher that made them want to give him an extension? I thought he was going to get fired during this offseason, but then when the move came up, I was like, okay, they're going to keep him just to have one less change with this move, but at the end of this season, he's gone. And then they fucking extend him. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Kroenke out there in LA, but I love it, dude. Keep that shit up.
Sometimes it's not always just about the effectiveness of like your current signee. Sometimes it's also the available market. So think about it. Who's a head coach out there that? I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up with like all the head coaching contract situations, obviously. But I mean, and of course, like the coordinators that could be. I do know like of them, but just like what their contracts are at, and if they could come in after Jeff Fisher this season. So I'm not so sure. Like, I have no idea, but I'm just wondering if maybe there wasn't a lot of good viable options because he's not like a horrible coach. Like I don't know what the fuck happened that one year with Tennessee. where he looked like an actual Bruce Arians coach. But you know, he gets you an 8-8, and maybe like with a quarterback, who knows, 7-8-1. We will see. But like, I just don't know if there's anybody else that was really on the horizon that they could have brought in. I don't know, man. I hate them. Their preseason game like sold out. Like there's like 78,000 people in attendance. And if I'm not mistaken, that's at the old like LA Coliseum or something. Like I went to a Electric Daisy Carnival there a few years ago. And dude, that was like it felt so primitive. It's just like this concrete bowl. I mean, they must have done a lot of aesthetic changes. Because I don't know how the fuck you fit 78,000 people there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, enough about those sons of bitches.
The shitty ass fucking Rams, dude.
Talk about the 49ers. I think that Chip Kelly is adorable.
Dude, isn't he though?
He's
it's
so
like
fucking
he
cute.
belongs on the cover of like a children's breakfast cereal.
Dude, he's so fucking cute, man. They're gonna be so bad. Oh my god.
No way! Didn't you see? They signed Christian Ponder. All is fine. All's well. They didn't really do anything else.
Lutz, by what week of the regular season is Christian Ponder the starting quarterback of the 49ers? Week 1?
17.
By week 17? Oh, when they start their historic playoff run?
Yeah. They're keeping him fresh and healthy.
Okay. What do you think there's going to happen with Cap?
Everything I ever dreamed of, which is exactly what's happening now. A shitload of money tied up in him, and he sucks.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
Like,
they can't even trade him unless he takes a huge pay cut because nobody's taking on that contract, man. And you know what bugs me most about Cap is that he stole the cool touchdown move of kissing his bicep. That's a cool move, and nobody will ever get to use it because it'll always be remembered as his signature move, and he fucking didn't deserve that one. He should have saved that for someone else.
Wait, wasn't that also Chung Lee from Bloodsport's move?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You are next.
Maybe, but Chun-Li loses it. Oh, I get it.
I never lose. I love Colin Kaepernick. I love the way you could tell he blew all of that contract money the second he got it. And was like, hey, yeah, I'll work on my throwing mechanics. Be right there, fucking Squidward, dude.
He is a Squidward-looking son of a bitch, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. But Squidward never kisses biceps, not even in one SpongeBob.
And I've seen them all.
Blaine Gabbert is the answer, just like Chip Kelly is. Don't you think that, like, Dwayne The Rock, what the hell is that guy's name that we were just talking about? Kevin Kaepernick, was like, don't you think he's perfect for Chip Kelly? I mean, Chip Kelly?
Yeah, I mean,
Kelly.
the problem isn't Cap's skill set. The problem is that Colin Kaepernick's a dick. He's not a pleasant guy.
I heard that about Chip too, though.
Oh, he's
and
a dick
also,
too,
like,
but you can't have two dicks. A guy can't have two dicks.
Dude, two dicks slapping together. I don't know what that's like. You'd have to ask somebody else. But I also have heard that, you know, Chip likes the quick release throwing mechanics because he's a ball runner, not a dick slapper. So, like, he wants a guy that can hit off the ball real quick, and then he wants a guy that can throw the 5-yard pass, like, beep. And so Colin Kaepernick's got, like, the set, the wind up, and the pitch. And, like, that doesn't really work for Chip.
Darren Phils!
Dude, you ever seen Chip, like, calling plays on the side? You know how he holds up, like, the fucking flashcards? Like he's teaching you Spanish or something?
Darren
like,
Phils!
He, like, puts the flashcard up and, like, does a little, like, kick. Man, I couldn't handle, like, having him be my coach.
I feel like we won the freaking coaching, like, the coaching lottery, dude. Like, the sweepstakes or whatever. When we got Bruce Arians. At the time, I was hoping we'd get Andy Reid. And, like, that fucking Philly cheesesteak eating mofo can stay in Kansas City, dude. I'm so freaking pleased that we got Bruce Arians instead.
Wait, why is he a Philly cheesesteak eating? Why isn't he a barbecue eater now?
Oh, it's true. He is. He eats barbecue now. He recently signed a contract extension. It's a 5-year, 3 barbecue beef sandwich contract.
Well, I don't understand how you measure sandwiches over time.
No, that's his compensation.
Like, does he receive?
That's his compensation. He gets 1 sandwich a year for 3 years.
That's cool, man. He looks like he's eaten more than that, but okay. Oh, that's a bonus additional.
How long is a sandwich?
Yeah, well, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. I mean, like, I shudder at the thought of him having become our coach, but that ring on his finger, you know, like he's with Beyonce. But Andy would have made us competitive. But it's the NFC West, you know. We have the Rams and the Niners in this division, so you have to be ultra competitive.
Dude, have you ever seen the picture of him from like 1971 when he was in the punt, pass, and kick competition as like a kid? It is hilarious because he is fucking huge. Everyone else is like a little kid, and then there's like this dude that looks like a full-grown man, like lined up. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. Those of you who are watching this, you guys are seeing the picture I'm talking about of Andrew Reid.
You guys are the best guys. You're just staring at a still graphic this whole time.
Not now anymore.
Hoping
now
Kairi
is a
might
good
throw
time. Now is a good time to look at the screen. Give me the time index right now. What are we at? Holy shit, we're running long. Okay. All right, so.
Slap that dick.
No.
Throw the ball out quick.
No. Where you at? Lutz, tell me what you want to see coming up. We got San Diego on Friday night. What do you need to see in that game?
Oh, going back real quick to an earlier thing. Dude, we're probably going to cut freaking Kermit Williams again.
I know.
Kerman.
What about Stepfan?
No, I think we'll keep him for some reason. Because, I mean, not for some reason. Like, I know why. He has a bruiser, short yardage skill set. Whereas Kerwin is kind of similar to, like, the other guys. But they talked about possibly using Robert and Nkemdic on short yardage offensive plays, like goal line stands. And or goal line plays. So it seems like if we're really wanting to do that, we could also do it with him. Plus, we also have, you know, the greatest athlete in all of sport ever, David Johnson.
Oh man, love me some.
I want to see him do good stuff. No, I really want to see more DJ Humphries. If he's been able to take, because like the response, if you saw, is like a press interview after the first season or the first game, where he said he's a little excited when he came out, so he wasn't really focused on technique, which sucks because that's been like the whole thing that has been said about him this whole time. And I don't think he was being overly excited in like freaking practices, right? But then I guess he did settle down and really focus on fundamentals, and he was kind of going up against Khalil Mack. So I'm curious to see how he does against not the fucking best pass rusher in the NFL.
Yeah.
And and so like he does really well in the run game, and so I'm kind of looking at him because out of all the first teamers are hold on, I heard a beep. It's a good beep. All of our offense is pretty much the same, except for like some changes on the line with like Evan Mathis.
Wait, some changes on the line. Three of our 5 O linemen are different this year. That's
what I meant, dude. Some changes.
Yeah, we lost Larson, which I think Mathis is an upgrade. Sendline, I don't know about Shipley. I'm not sold on Shipley. I honestly, I don't know. I'm sure that.
Although, if you remember, like in the Eagles game last season when DJ like blew up, like AQ was playing in those games. Lyle was out, and we looked really good. If I'm not mistaken, like while he was starting. So
then there is Bobby Massey is gone. So we're gonna have DJ at the right side. I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking to see, and I don't think Nkemdic is gonna play. and Honey Badger still ain't playing, Bethel still ain't playing. So on the offensive side of the ball, I want to see the O-line. And then on the defensive side of the ball, it's still Brandon Williams.
Yeah.
Cornerback. That I want to see.
Absolutely. You know what, dude? That is lighting a fire under Justin Bethel because Bethel hasn't been on the field. And that's given Brandon Williams ample time to steal that job, man.
Well, that's what they're saying, is that it's his job to lose at this point. But they kind of say that sometimes to like encourage or motivate or light that fire under that ass. That's what you would say.
I guess that we can all agree that whether it's Williams or Bethel, at least it's not Gerard Powers.
Dude, he picked a guy off in practice. Joe Flacco. Yeah, in practice.
We talk
he did a good job.
Practice, man. All right, so there it is, guys. Lutz, you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I just want to say how proud I am of my Arizona Cardinals for this sustained success that they are treating us to in Arizona and all over Cardinals Red Sea Land Nation around the world, to get to enjoy so far stringing together a couple meaningful seasons. This is not your older version self's Cardinals, since your daddy's Cardinals would have been in St. Louis, unless you're not old like we are. But it's very pleasant to see how Michael Bidwell has turned this organization around. Granted, we made that Super Bowl run so quickly after he took charge, but the fall off after Kurt Warner's retirement made that feel like possibly a flash in the pan or just sort of an aligning of the stars. I know how we felt at the time, that it was a miracle run that we kind of didn't deserve to have happen, or we didn't really belong there, and that this was a fluke. And so to see that actually, we have some, players from that team still on this team. This is like there's some continuity even with that here. And like you see people talking about the Seahawks. The Seahawks are going to be back this year, as they should be. Well, it's like, what the fuck have they done for so long to really warrant that type of like adulation and those expectations? To me, the Cardinals are in that same type of perspective of they should be competitive. They should be a contender pretty much year over year. So just seeing how our organizational structure and the culture has shifted, it's almost possible to see this outlasting even Bruce, like with just the way that things are being done now, and you just keep the right people coming up. You make the right hires in like the scouting department and the coaching staffs, and you just keep elevating guys. You don't bring in new freaking Jason Garrett to come over, This looks like something that we can possibly be enjoying here for a good while. So fingers crossed on that, and that's my final word.
And my final word is that I think it is really cool how if you go to Rams.com, instead of seeing like stuff about the St. Louis Rams, you see this. You guys are looking at it right now, what it is that you see when you go to Rams.com. I think that is freaking hilarious. So, anyways, guys, I'm
so mad that I don't even get to know or comment right now. Hold on. That's going to do it.
Okay. Oh, what? We're closing? All right. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Kairi's Cards Cast. Be sure to join us next time for more Cardinals big fun. And remember, if it's Cardinals time, it's Kairi's Cards Cast. Say something, Lutz. I don't even know what happened.
Dude,
what?
A website dedicated to a bunch of actual Rams.
I know, isn't it fucking awesome? It's so good! It's so good! What do you get when you go to Cardinals.com? Do you get the St. Louis Cardinals? Probably, huh? Yeah, you get the St. Louis Cardinals if you go to Cardinals.com. The Rams website is therams.com. So I love that.
It's just like the regalness of these Rams.
I know! It's so much better than the Los Angeles Rams. So much better.
Dude, they're so fucking regal, bro. But like, what the fuck does Rams have to do with LA? Alright, guys. What Rams? That's what.
They were from Cleveland originally. They moved to LA in 46.
Buttram. the fart. Hey, do you still have that clip from when we first started? And I was all like down? Or did you delete?
It's gone.